Did you hear about Michio Kushi?
Oh, you remembered his name better than I did. Let's see. Um, all of a sudden, I read about him, I think somewhere, and I heard about him, and I began hearing about him and his non-cancer diet, and it just taught me immediately to get off of meat. But that wasn't hard. Vegetables are wonderful, and fruit is delicious, and all the cereal grains are interesting and delicious. There's a lot of delicious food out there, minus meat. So,
So what? How did you? When did you start going on the Michio Kushi diet, and why did you do it?
oh, it must have been 40 or more years ago. It must have been at least that long ago. And why did I do it? Did you say why?
Yeah.
It's called survival. Survival of the vegetarians. And some people think you're crazy if you don't eat meat, but Michio Kuchi, he learned that a diet without meat, without animal food, without animal products, took away cancer from many people. And he thought it was such a good discovery that he should make it known. So he started out to make it well known around the world. Everyone should know how to preserve their lives and keep healthy. So, and it's easy to get into cooking certain foods with no meat and eating sandwiches with no meat, and hooray for peanut butter and all the nut butters. And there's a lot to be had. There's a lot to eat without meat.
Did you ever have cancer?
Yes, I did.
What was it? What happened? When did you find out?
It was in my digestive system. I think it must have been in my tummy. And I think there was some in my throat or something. And so the doctors have no consideration of the Michio Kuchi's diet. They didn't in those days. They thought, oh, that's silly. That's silly just to be a vegetarian. But now doctors are aware of the value of a meatless diet, and many of them are, I won't say secretly, or many of them are informing their patients the value of cutting meat out of their diet. And when you do that, you feel, right away I felt safer, and I felt positive about living, and I felt there was a possibility of long life, and it was much better. It was a much better life in so many ways after I became a meatless eater, a vegetarian. So I guess that's my story. And here I am, 90 years old, and I still feel good, but I know my heart ain't good. My heart flutters, and my heart could pop me off any second, any minute of the day or night. So I try to move very carefully and live discreetly.
How old was I and my sister when you found out that you had cancer?
How old were you? Let's see.
We were just kids, right?
Yes. Yes. It was difficult because I was working a job that required almost 12 hours a day. I mean, when you leave the classroom, you're not done. You have to go home and mark papers, and the thing that took me so much time was to make more science lessons, and all the lessons, make them into separate lessons about the same topics for 3 different reading groups. So that takes a lot of time if you do it. But a lot of teachers don't do that. So their students can't use the books. They can't use the textbooks of the classroom because they can't read them. So it's a problem because there's lots of poor readers in the schools that can't read at their reading level, and everyone has to be because a child can't read the textbooks. You can't kick him out of your grade level and say, you go back to such and such a grade. No, you have to ease him on through to the next grade. And then, if a child is a poor reader, every teacher has to give him special, personal, individual help. So, it's quite a job. It's quite a job.
Well, thank you, Mom, for sharing a little bit with us. I'm going to post this, and I think it's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.